Greetings mod lovers across the universe, DW here, along with no one else, because this is Mod Explaining. In the last episode I ended up explaining about loops in Lua. In this episode I'm going to be explaining about functions. Now I know what you're all probably thinking, but DW, you've already explained about functions. True. But, the guy I've actually been watching in order to find out information on computercraft has ended up explaining about functions in a new and different way, which I'd love to show you. And two, some of the functions he ends up using actually has some new code, which I'd love to show you. Now, before we end up getting onto all of that, you may have noticed that the world we're actually on is different to the other one, because it's a new world instead of the other one. There's a reason for that. It turns out my forge ended up breaking. I think it had something to do with Java. Obviously, it's been fixed, or else I wouldn't be talking to you at the moment. A friend of mine managed to fix it for me. I'm not going to tell you how my friend managed to fix it, although I will tell you that in the process, the world that I was recording Mod Explaining on kind of got lost. But if you know this series and you know me, you know it won't take long to end up making a new world and set everything up to record, so no harm has been done. But enough about that. So without further ado, let's begin. Okay. Now, before we begin, as usual, obviously you know that you've obviously noticed that there is no computer here. I'm not going to be using a computer because all the functions are based around turtles, and as usual, all of these turtles are just for display, and I'm only going to be using one turtle, which is the mining turtle. Is that its name? Yes, it is. The mining turtle, as usual. So let's move on. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is create a new program called pacing. And, hold on, here we go. Okay. Let's see here. I can hear a pig in the background. Is that you? Yes, you are. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Get over here, pig. Okay. Right, sorry about that. Okay. So as I'm actually typing out this code... Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Pigs, you know how they are. Now, as I'm actually typing out this code, for those that have not actually watched the video around me doing functions, I'm actually going to explain what functions are. Functions are actually mini programs that... Hold on. That can be used time and time again. Now, for those that don't know what that means, I'll eventually get onto that later on. And I'll end up showing you what I mean. Now, let's just quickly do this. And, hold on. Also, if you know me, you'll know that it takes a while for me to actually type anything down. So I'd say just leave the video on and go get yourselves a Snicker bar or something, because this is probably going to take a while. Now, where am I here? Turtle. That's not it. Turtle dot forward. And then now we're actually going to use the function, a new function known as turn around. Notice how I've named it that. And finally, I'm going to put end. Okay. So that should be all of it. Okay, so now if I end up going back to this. So if you ended up noticing in the program, hold on. Basically what this program will do, it's basically going to end up going forward, then turn 2 times, meaning they'll turn around, and then go forward again, then turn. So basically it will do, it literally will pace, as you can see here. So if I end up just pressing it, as you can see, it's right now just pacing. It's basically just going back, turn round, back, turn round, back, turn round, back, turn round, which it's supposed to do. Now, if you didn't notice, I sadly didn't end up putting any code in to tell it to stop at any point, but luckily with Control T, I can automatically stop it. Now, oh, it's forward one spec. It doesn't matter. Okay, so now if you notice, so basically this is what's happened here. So I ended up using the function. The function basically ends up just turn right 2 times, which means it turns around. So it ends up moving once, then turns around. Now, just to show how useful functions are, okay, if I end up typing this again, turn a round, and then bop bop, it'll end up moving forward and turn all the way around and then move forward again, and it'll keep doing that. just to show you. Turn. Whoop. Turn. Whoop. And it will keep doing that because I haven't actually put in put in the bits of code to stop it doing that. Oh, hold on. Turn. Left. Left. I think it's left. No such program. Hold on. Sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen. Turtle. Dot. Turn. Left. Wrong goddamn way. Now it should be turned right, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exit. Sorry about this. And go back. 5 was it? Hold on. B. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, as I said before. Okay, go back 5. Doing the moonwalk. So basically what I'm trying to show you here, and this is just a tiny little thing. Basically, with that, I managed to end up making it turn right 4 times when there was only 2. So basically, if you're really lazy like me and you don't want to type all that out, you can end up just typing out something small like turn around, bracket, bracket, and it will end up just doing loads of code you end up putting in here just by typing out that, which is very short, and I kind of like that. Now, hold on. Now that was just to show off. I'm going to end up making another program. I'm going to call this forward, and I'm going to end up calling it March. Is that all spelled? Yes, it is. Okay. So this is a bit more creative. With this, I'm going to end up creating loads of different types of functions. Now, the first one I'm going to create is called refuel. Boop, boop. And I'm also going to end up putting code in here, obviously. Turtle dot select. And then, oh wait, I need to put a 1 in here. Then we're going to do the same. Turtle dot refuel. Okay. And now, where am I here? Also, I need to move this carrot, I just realized. Oh, where am I? Okay, and then I'm going to put end. Now, that's the first function I've ended up making, and basically, if you're wondering what that function actually does, so first it ends up selecting a slot. If you notice all these slots down here, it selects the first slot, which is this one, and then it ends up collecting 1 bit of fuel. If there was any fuel in here, it would end up collecting the fuel inside there, but only 1 bit of fuel. So that's the first function. But like I said before, I'm going to end up creating loads of different types of functions. The next function I'm going to create is a function that I'm going to call dig forward. Okay. And then I'm going to end up doing while, where is it? Turtle dot detect. And then boop boop. And then is it do? It is do. Okay, do. And then I'm going to finally do turtle dot dig. Okay. And then I'm going to put end and an end because this is a function and it's also a loop because if you remember, this is a while loop. Okay. So basically what this function ends up doing, it ends up detecting any blocks that are in front of it. Then it ends up just digging anything in front of it. So if it ends up detecting anything in front of it, it'll end up digging whatever in front of it. So it detects, and then if there's nothing in front of it, it keeps on moving on. Although if there is something in front of it, it digs whatever in front of it. Okay, so that's the next one. And now I'm going to move on to another function. And I'm going to call this one move forward. Then boop boop. Oh yeah, I like to point this out now. With these brackets, you need to end up putting brackets in or else this will not actually work. You can end up calling this whatever you actually like. I just end up calling this move forward because the guy I was watching ended up calling it this, and I'm not really that creative. But with the brackets, it's very important that you have these. Also, you notice that with move forward, there's a capital F. That's because these are 2 different words. I'm not sure if it needs to have a capital F or not, although it's best to be safe. Although, then again, you can always test that out all by yourself. Now, continue on. Turtle dot get fuel level? Is it level? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay. And now I'm going to end up doing this. 10. And then... Well, actually, put then. And then I'm going to end up putting in... this. Now, this is actually the function up here, as you can see clearly. This is the function that ends up... Oh, wait, hold on. Put end. This is the function that ends up selecting the number 1 slot and then refueling. And basically what this is doing here, as you can see here, is literally checking for how much fuel the turtle's got. And then it ends up, ends up saying that if the turtle has less fuel than 10, then it ends up getting, having to get more fuel. So if it ends up having 9 fuel, then it'll end up getting more fuel. But if it has 11 fuel, then it won't bother until eventually it gets down to lower or the same amount as 10. But that's enough of that. Now that's actually all the functions I'm actually going to create. I'm just going to end up doing a couple more bits of code though. So if I end up doing while turtle dot forward, and then whoop. Hold on 1 second. Slash toggle toggle down fall. Okay. Sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen. This is why I prefer working in the snow district, even when it's even when it's raining. It's actually just snowing, and that doesn't make much noise. Sorry about that. Maybe I should have turned off my Minecraft sounds now that I think about it. Alright, next up. Sorry, once again. Okay, I'm going to end up putting equals equals. And then I'm going to put false. And then do. And then do. And then dig. What is it? Forward. Boop, boop. And then finally I'm going to end up putting in... Oh yeah, this is one of the new code I was talking about. This is a turtle.attack. And then... So basically, this is one of the new programs that I've been talking about. New code I've been talking about, which I'm actually excited for you guys to see. I'm going to put end and then end. Okay. Okay. So basically what this is actually saying at the moment is if the turtle is not, what's the word, moving, then it ends up digging whatever in front of it. It ends up using the dig function, and it also ends up attacking anything that's in front of it, just in case it is actually a monster in front of it. Now, hold on. Now I'm going to end up doing one last thing. I'm going to put while true do, and then I'm going to end up using move, and then forward, and this is the move forward command, as you can see up here, that ends up checking for fuel or not. And finally, where was I? The last thing is I need to end up putting in fuel. Albeit, putting in fuel. Sorry, thinking to myself. The last thing I need to do is put an end at the end, I meant to say. Okay. Now, let me quickly do something. So let me just set all of this up. Now let me get the program right there. Okay, and now that I've got that set up, I'm going to quickly end up putting down some blocks in front of it. And I'm also going to end up doing something like... Hold on. You'll see what I'm doing in a second, ladies and gentlemen. Now I'm going to end up putting Zombie Pigman here. Okay. And now, basically what this program is actually going to do, if you weren't noticing, it's going to basically... Will you shut up for a second over there? It'll basically keep moving forward... Shut up. It'll basically keep moving forward, and if anything's in front of it, it'll either dig or end up attacking a monster in front of it. So it'll keep on moving on. And seeing that I didn't actually, if you didn't notice, I didn't actually put any code in telling it to stop at any point. Shut up. It'll end up never stopping unless, of course, I end up doing Control T, just to show you. Now it's digging, and... You should have shut up. You should have been quiet when I told you to. And now it will keep moving forward because I didn't actually tell it at any point to stop. Wait, get back it. Control T. There we go. Just in time. Oh, there's a lovely place, I must admit. So basically, I've kind of made a program that's unstoppable in some ways. Now, let me quickly put all of this back. Sorry about that. And let me quickly go back. Go back 20? Let's go with 20. Doing the moonwalk. Boop, 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 moonwalk. Hey, 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 moonwalk. Moonwalk. A bit backer than that. 5. That was a pure guess. I'm surprised that came that close. Now, there's something I actually want to show you. Now, in a way, I like to think that this code is kind of unstoppable unless I was here to tell it to Control T, because if I end up telling it to do this, okay, as you can see right now, it's trying to get by me, but seeing I'm in creative mode, it can't really get by me. So right now, it's trying to either dig whatever in front of it, but I'm not blocked, so that's not going to work, or it's either going to try and attack whatever in front of it, that's not going to work either, because I am in creative mode, so that's not really going to work altogether. But if I end up, hold on, doing this, ow, as you can see, it ended up attacking me once. That went a bit chaotic, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Now let me go back, I'd say 30. Okay, and as this turtle is right now doing the moonwalk, I love doing moonwalks, I can end up explaining to you that even with its master, it ends up attacking whatever in front of it. Oh my god, this really did go really far. So basically, in a way, this turtle really is unstoppable, unless of course you're in creative mode and you can just go in front of it, or you end up knowing about Control T like I do. And okay, thank god it didn't go all the way back. But just to show you, and in a way, the main reason I'm actually showing you this is because with functions, if you notice that some of these functions are actually within functions, so it's functions within functions, it's functionception in a way. And just to show you this, I'm actually going to show you right now. What am I doing? Sorry. Let me quickly move here. Functions. I'm going to end up making a new function called needs, whoops, capital F, fuel, boop, boop. Okay, I'm going to end up adding in a couple things. So if I end up putting if turtle dot get fuel level, boop, boop, and wait, hold on, I just remembered, I think there's also something else I need to put. Oh, yes. Also need to end up putting in doot and that, and then I'll put then, and then I'm also going to end up putting a couple more things. I'm going to put return true, and I'm also going to end up putting in else return false. Okay, and then I'm going to put end. Now, where am I here? Oh, I'm also going to put another end, because this is a this is actually a function and a loop. If you do remember, the return is actually a loop, and so is, and not the the function is, you know what I mean. Anyway, and now we're actually going to end up moving to another function and actually get rid of some stuff. I'm actually going to get rid of all of this. You can kind of, I think some of you may know where I'm going with this, but you know. Okay, so if I end up putting in, where am I here? If I end up putting in, oh yes, needs fuel. Okay. So now that's basically a function within a function, and it should all still work. So if I end up now doing this, okay, hold on. Right, and now I'm going to end up doing forward, and just to show off, I'm going to end up putting a couple blocks in front of it. And this time I'm actually going to do something small. I'm going to actually stay in front of it. Okay, and now I'm going to do this. Okay. You're not getting by me this time. Okay, I learned from my mistake. And as you can see, it works all exactly the same. So basically, functions can work within functions, which is quite perfect. Now let's see here. Go back. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Okay. Alright. So that's done with, but also with functions, they can basically work with almost any program. Actually, I think they can work with actually any program. So if I end up doing this, if I end up going to item count, item count. Is it item count or is it item count? Item count. No, it's just item count. Okay. Now, if you remember, I ended up making a program called item count, which I've just brought back from the dead. Hold on, I'm going to make a new function in this quickly. Hold on 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. And then I'm going to end up putting this, and then that. Okay. So basically, if you remember, basically what this program actually does, it ends up counting all the items in here. Now, if I end up doing this, 0, putting for slot equals that, and then that. Then I do 16, and then put do, and then I end up total. Seriously, I'd say go get some popcorn. It's going to take me a while. Turtle dot get item count. Oh wait, I need to put slot in there. I'm busy all the time, ladies and gentlemen. I'm busy all the time. Okay, I'm going to end up putting end. And then I'm also going to put return. And then I'm going to put total. What? Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why that stopped. Return. I must have pressed the wrong button. Sorry about that. Total. And then I'm going to put... What am I going to put next? I'm going to put end again. And finally, the last thing to do now is just print all of this out. Alright, so I'm going to put I have... And then if you remember, I end up putting dot dot. And then, if you remember last time, I ended up putting total here. But seeing that total exists in the function, all I need to do is just put in the name of the function. So the function is Superman. Anyway. I don't know why I'm doing this. Okay, and then I'm going to end up putting... What's the last thing? Item... You son of a... Item... And then finally... Bop, and then bop, and that should be it. So if I now end up typing this out, it should end up counting all the items in here quite easily without even a bit of a fuss. Which it has. And obviously 7 add 1 equals 8, and it ends up counting all of that perfectly. So even with a function, it all works perfectly, and even without a function, it all works perfectly. But I say still use functions, for the fact is that they can end up saving you a lot of time. But, that's actually all the code that I actually have from the guy I've been watching. Now, you're probably thinking, but DW, does that mean it's the end of the episode? No, it does. Because, as usual, in my spare time, I've ended up actually making a couple programs all by myself. Now, be warned, usually I end up making at least only one program, but, seeing that the information the guy gave me wasn't that much, I decided to make 3. 2 of them don't have anything to do with functions, and 1 of them actually does, so we're going to actually take a little break from functions, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to end up doing this, and... Okay, turtle dot get fuel level. Some of you may end up remembering this. Actually, none of you will, because now that I think about it, with just seeing this, you won't actually know at first. Although eventually, the more I type, the more hopefully this should end up becoming more obvious. Get fuel, and this is actually a new code I found out all by myself. It's called turtle.getFuelLimit, and I'll end up doing this. And now I'm going to quickly hold on, and now I'm going to end up just doing print. I'm going to end up doing, where am I here? This. The turtle, sorry, force of habit. The turtle has, boop, 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 dot, dot, Q, and then I'm going to end up putting in fuel in it, and I'll end up just doing this and this. Okay, and then I'll end up printing off one other thing. The turtle can, didn't see that coming, can have dot dot a dot dot, and then I'll end up putting this down, and then fuel in it. Okay, and then finally, okay. So now if I end up saving this and end up typing it out, LL. Also, if you're wondering what LL stands for, it stands for level and limit. So, creativity, I know, off the scale. Okay, alright, and as you can see here, it ended up coming up with, so if I end up typing this out, it ended up coming up with, the turtle has 596 fuel in it, and it also says the turtle can have 20,000 fuel in it. Now, all probably wondering what that means. So if I end up doing, oh, there we go, that's what I want. So if I end up actually doing this, if I end up doing refuel, okay, it now comes up with this. So if I end up pressing LL again, it ends up coming with the turtle has 1,396 fuel in it. Now, if it isn't obvious, basically what this program actually does is kind of like the program I kind of improved on, which was item count, where it ended up telling you how much items are in here and how much space is in here. It ends up doing that with fuel, but if you've noticed, with the first time it ended up telling you how much fuel it's got in it and how much here, but it ends up telling you now, after I put a bit of fuel in there, how much fuel it has now, but notice that this number hasn't changed. It isn't telling you how much space is left for fuel. It literally tells you how much fuel you can have in it. So basically, if you had 20,001 fuel to use and you end up putting that all in here and end up giving it all of that, it would end up taking all the fuel except for one. So if you end up wanting more fuel than that, then I'm sorry, mate, you're not really lucky then. But anyway, my next program I'm going to end up calling Yo, because I'm the creator of this and I can literally do whatever I want. No one owns me, man. No one owns me. Anyway, and I'll do, okay, this program should also be a bit familiar to you, but it may take you a while just to realize what I'm actually doing here. That's not how it's spelt. Forward. Almost did the thing there, and now bop. Okay, and now I'm gonna end up putting fight. And then, what's the word I'm looking for here? Where is it? Equals read. Doot doot. And then I'm going to put 4Q equals 1. Oops, that. And then fight. And then you'll see why it's called fight in a second. And I'll put do. And then I'm going to end up doing something else. I'm going to put while not turtle dot, wait, what? Oh, forward boop boop and do, okay, turtle dot dig, and then I'm going to be doing this. Some of you might have realized what I've already done, but for those that don't know, don't spoil it for them. Anyway, okay. Have I done that correctly? Again with the weather. Again with the weather. It just appears out of nowhere. Okay. But back to this. Okay, so now if I end up running this. Now, a couple years ago, I ended up making a program that ends up asking you how many forward, and then it ends up moving that many forward if there's any blocks in front of you. Now, I've kind of done the exact same thing, except if I end up setting all this up. Oops. And then if I end up doing this, 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 and... Alright, now try and be a bit more polite and not talk as much, pigman. He's going to talk as much. Okay, so if I end up now saying, say something like, shut up, 5. Again, these pigmen never listen to me when I tell them to shut up. I know I'm saying them to death, but they can have a bit more manners than that. And as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. It ended up moving 5 blocks forward, even though there were loads of blocks in its way and one irritating pigman. Now if I end up going back... Oh my god, can I spell back for once, please? Please. Okay. Now if I end up going back 5, doing the moonwalk. Okay. And now there's only one last bit of code I actually have to show you, although it actually is, it actually does involve around the... There we go. Involve around this program itself. Basically, what I plan on doing now is actually showing you this program, but with a function. Now if I end up quickly doing this... Attack... And... Diff. Dig! No, it's called diff. It's a new thing nowadays. Diff. No, you nutter. Anyway, okay, now where am I here? Forward. And then I'm going to end up doing... And then finally, turtle dot dig, boop boop. And then turtle dot attack. Attack? Oh wait, no, that's spelled wrong. Attacked. Sorry. And then finally I'm going to put end and end. I'm going to put 2 ends at the end. Now, all that's left to do is actually get rid of all this code here. So if I end up quickly doing that... Okay. Boop, boop, boop. And now, all that's left to do is end up putting in the function. So if I end up doing this, attack, and, hold on, dig. Anyway, and now this should all work exactly the same. So if I end up now doing this, yes. Okay, so now if I end up putting yo in, ends up asking same as usual, and this time I'm not going to put in loads of blocks, but I'm just going to put in one, and I'm not going to bring back that annoying pigman because he's irritating me now. And now, 5 as usual. 1. Okay, wait, hold on. And usual, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But as I've ended up showing you in the past with, hold on. Okay. Doing the moonwalk. Okay. But as I've ended up showing you in the past with, functions... the good things with them, you can end up using them time and time again. You can end up using them more than once. And it's very useful for you. Now, hold on. And dig. I need to stop making really long names for these. So basically, what I've done now is end up doing it twice. So, hold on. Let me show you. Okay. So if I end up doing yo now, if I end up just doing 2, it'll end up moving 4 blocks forward. Just to show you. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's done it. It's moved 4 blocks forward. Pretty simple. But, hold on. And as you can see here, we managed to do all of that without having to type that over and over and over again. Just literally had to do this only once or twice or blah, blah, blah. So basically that ends up saving you a lot of time, ends up making it much faster for you. But that's actually all the code I actually have time for you guys. So I hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to leave a like. If you want to support this channel, make sense to your friends, your cats, or your goldfish. And I guess I'll see you next time. Bye!